Okay.
They never talked about me at camp. I missed like the first 2 days.
I think you came and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, how can you miss that many days and make the team? Like, I was so confused. Okay, but anyway.
Because it was me, god damn it!
Hey, what's up guys, it's Just Barely. Today, we're making a story time about how we met, and I don't think we know how we met.
Okay, freshman year. Your freshman year, because that's when it starts.
My freshman year, I was horrible. I was emotionally horrible. For sure, like you can tell. I think that's one reason you said you weren't a fan of me also, is because you could tell I was fucked up.
It wasn't even that, it's that you were emotionally distraught, but you were also hanging out with people who were, in my eyes, irresponsible in a way that it was like, they're doing nothing for you, but I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't close enough to you to be like, I really did not care at that point in life.
Yeah, so now you have to tell the whole thing.
About
Your first impression of me.
Oh, my first impression, I thought she was lazy, because I had come back to
It was after a tournament.
Yeah, I had showed up a few days late to the softball camp that we have every year because I had been out of town for a select tournament, and I came back and I asked somebody, I don't remember who, what the team was looking like, because I was trying out for varsity that year. That was my first year trying out for varsity. And whoever I had asked was like, oh, we don't really have much, but there's a freshman coming in who looks really good. And I was like, okay, what you talking about? And she was like, over there. And I'm looking and I really like, who are you talking about? I can't find anybody who's really standing out spectacular. Like, and they were like, oh, the girl with the ponytail, because she had this really long distinct freaking braid with these bangs that went like down right here.
Yeah.
I should put a picture in.
We need to. My mom would never let me cut them. Like, I'd grow them out. And she's like, nope. Every time. Mom, I'm growing them out. No, you're not. Like, every time. And I'm just like, great. I want to look like Justin Bieber my whole life. Mom, thank you.
And then I look and she comes up because they're just fielding grounders, because I showed up late too anyway. Cause but they were just fielding grounders, and I'm looking and she they hit her a grounder and she walks to the fucking ball, and then she picks it up and she the throw was great, but then she just walks to the back of the line, and I'm like.
Yeah, because you missed 3 days, so that was like the fourth day where they're like, oh, we're gonna cut you off into who we think's gonna be on JV and who we think's gonna be on varsity.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, none of my friends are about to make varsity. I don't want to be on a team without my friends. Like, I was like a freshman, emotionally not there, and I was like, I don't want to make friends. I don't make friends great. I don't want to do this. So I tried my best to do as shitty as I could so I wouldn't make the team. It didn't work. But hey.
But that year was absolutely terrible for both of us. It was my first year on varsity, and I was distinct. Like, I played other positions, but he only wanted me on the team as a catcher. And by that time, I was specializing anyway, so I was specializing as a catcher. And we already had 2 seniors who caught, Lacey mostly played short. Yeah, but whenever Mary Kate wasn't playing catcher, Lacey was playing catcher. He literally just had me on the bench. Yeah. And then I would bat. My freshman year, when I first started, he was like, oh, we're gonna start you as backup third baseman. And then he was like, oh, backup second baseman, and then went to first baseman. He was like, nah, we're gonna put you in left field. He really did. She just went everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. So. But yeah, so I sat on the bench most of that year. I had a terrible batting season, and Doherty had made me cry on multiple occasions. My freshman year wasn't as bad, but it got worse the next year, and then the next year. Which was trippy, because the next year was... Your greatest year, you know? And then, was it? No, yes. No, the junior year was my greatest year. That's what I'm saying. Your next year would have been your junior year. Oh, you were right, son! And then mine was so horrible. We don't... I think, you said we probably just mutually were treated like shit, so we kind of bonded on that level. And then I think we slowly started hanging out more, because I think me, you, and Kendra started hanging out. Yeah. Freshman year, I think that's what it was. Yeah. Because I was really close with her
And then sophomore year, I don't know if we hung out at all that summer before my sophomore year.
I don't think we hung out until camp.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably what it is. We probably hung out during camp, and then you like started taking me to school and stuff. I think we hung out like almost all the time during camp.
Yeah, because that summer right before my junior year is when I got a license. That was Kevin's surgery year.
I think it came to where my mom would take us to school and you would take us home.
Yeah.
But you got to leave class early, so I don't think you cared.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah. And then it was just like, okay, fuck it. Just,
yeah, and then...
Can you take them to school and take them back? And I was
yeah, and you didn't care.
Didn't
and then you, like, when I had basketball, you do it to where, like, I quickly ran in, got my stuff changed, and then you took me to basketball, and then I think you had to go to get Jason.
Yeah.
From the school bus.
But that junior year softball was my junior year, your sophomore year.
I know my sophomore year we were playing don't know who. It was a good team. That's all I know. And all I know is I missed 2 balls. Made 2 errors. Okay. And but it was when he had me playing all the way where the grass meets the dirt.
I remember that.
He said that was better, and I was like, it's not. So like when I would throw the ball to first, it wouldn't get there in time. But I remember him switching me out and putting me in the outfield and then taking me out, and then after us losing the game, telling me it was my fault when the person he switched me out with made more errors than I did and gave up like 5 runs. And he's like, oh no, you gave up all the runs, it's all your fault. I was like, how did I give up all the runs when you took me out in the 2nd inning?
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of ignored him when he started yelling.
By that time, we had lost like 3 huge seniors, including the 2 catchers that were in front of me.
Yeah.
So I was starting every game and basically playing every game all the way through.
Yeah, I was starting at shortstop the next year.
But you weren't like, he was
making me play the weirdest way. Like literally, he was making me play basically at the start of the outfield to come into a grounder, and their dirt was really thick and it would stop. I remember that. It wasn't the dirt, it didn't bounce a lot. I was like, why are you making me play all the way back here? Because it stops and I'm still running towards the ball.
That year, like, he was treating me and our pitcher at the time as if we were on the same level, but he was treating you and like a lot of the other players like dirt. But he's a shit person.
Yeah, I know my sophomore year, the whole softball season, because me and Becky with the burnt hair dated the whole softball season. And then her and Kendra were like best friends at the time, and we would all hang out. I didn't know you didn't like her. You never told me that. She's straight as hell. I don't know why we dated. I don't know where my mind was.
I never told you that because it wasn't like important to me, because in my mind I was never friends with her. Yeah. I was friends with you, and we would hang out because I was just always here anyway.
And we'd always hang out together, but it got to the point where I know towards the end we weren't hanging out because Kendra and her got in a fight, and then something happened there, and then I know it was during basketball season when it was between softball season ending and basketball season starting that we broke up.
And I think that's when we got
really close.
Yeah,
because you were like, you just heard my little sister, fuck no, like you got really protective. Like you got really protective, but that whole year it was back and forth with her.
Yeah.
After that we were like inseparable, because that was the sophomore year, like going into my junior year and your senior year that summer, like we hung out every day.
Because that was the year I was like, your mom was like, you're looking for a team, and I was like, hey, we got a fucking team.
Yeah, and then I know that's when me and you all also started hanging out. But it had to have been like during basketball season after me and her broke up. For sure.
Because then we got into the summer, and the summer was, ooh, Jesus. The summer was I had a license, bro.
Every day we hung out. Every single day. You were spending the night at my house weeks on weeks, and your friends were like, no, you need to come home.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're annoying them. And we were like, oh.
Yeah,
what?
like
her, never.
Like, Jesus Christ, I was here every day.
Yeah, and then we just started going. You would take me to school, pick me up. I know that year we did water together.
Oh yeah!
I hated it.
Water, for those who don't know, is filling up and carrying the water jugs to all the games.
Well, there was sometimes when people got water and they like literally didn't have a car to drive it down there. They had to carry it all the way from the school. Okay, the cafeteria is probably like all the way on the other end, and then you have to like walk back down this big hill and then all the way to the field. It was your senior year when they made the new field for softball.
Yes.
Yes. So it was the summer before my junior year that they made the field, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because at first we were sharing the baseball field, and then they were like, no, we don't want to share with you anymore. They even lock it now. But what's funny is we got a brand new batting cage, and that's all they use now. They don't use their own.
They don't go to districts.
Yeah. And then, so my junior year, your senior year, we hung out a lot, because that was the year when we had the fake babies. And we hated missing.
Oh yeah, and I was still driving. Yeah, I was still driving you to school. We took a class together purposefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Did we take one class? It was just one class?
Yeah, just one class. Together.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That it just kind of got to the point where we hung out all the time.
Oh yes.
Yeah, like all the time. And then, because I also know the summer after senior year, me and you hung out a lot. That's when she started slowly like going. But like I remember before you left for college, we went and saw so many movies. We went to this dine-in theater, and after that she was like, no, I can't ever go anywhere else. Like, nope, gotta go to this one.
And we ain't rich hoes either. We were going to matinees on Tuesdays for like $8.
Yeah, in the morning.
I was loving it.
Like, we saw so many movies. I know you went with me when you came back on a break to go see the Harry Potter one that came out.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
So it just, I think my sophomore year, junior year is when we got really close. And it just like...
It looks big as fuck.
It just kept... Same, it's fine. It just kept... Look who's talking.
And so my forehead wasn't that big.
We had a whole conversation. She was looking at pictures of herself, and she's like, I have a big head and a tiny face. Like, you know that filter that makes your face shrink? Like, that's Allie. We got close. So, my sophomore year, junior year, and it just got to the point where we got really close, and then I think when she started backing off from you, we got really close.
I think I don't think the level of closeness changed when we started backing off. But I think going to college and coming back home was when we saw like a huge shift. Like I went to college. I went to Louisiana.
Let's put it this way, when you went off to college, we don't text. We always would just hang out.
Yeah. Like
we're never somebody, we'll send each other meme videos.
Yeah. Like
that's all it does.
We don't text on a frequent basis.
But we know, like, when you come and visit, we're hanging out. Like, I'm gonna make time out of my schedule to hang out with you. Mm-hmm. And we know that that's how it is. We know we don't have to text all the time. I know if I needed to call you. Like, because my senior year, there was many times where, like, I FaceTimed you to complain about stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. I FaceTimed you on my lunch hour.
My lunch hour, too. I was
yeah, so... We know that we're each other's, like, backbone, kind of, like, in all honesty. But no, I think, like, growing up, like, yeah, me and you don't have that much in common. But
I was thinking about this really hard.
That's me with so many people, though, like, even, like, exes and, like, friends. I have one little thing in common with them. Like, I know you because I played sports. So, we don't have much in common.
We don't.
But
we can also appreciate each other's interest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like doing art, but I like looking at people's art.
Yeah, and I think that's better. Like, when I tell people, because I've had people I've talked to a long time ago, that was like, oh, we have nothing in common, so we're not going to work out. Like, you like art, I don't. Like, that, I like when people don't know much about it, and I can tell them about it, because they appreciate it more than I do. Like, I finished something, you're like, wow, that's great. I'm like, no, that's shit. I messed up there, and there. No, it really just, like, took us a whole year to like each other. Like, I never didn't like you. You didn't tell me till like my junior year or senior year that you literally thought I was lazy and didn't really like me from the beginning.
Because we weren't talking like that. Remember how I told you that you reminded me of everything I didn't like about Degrassi?
Yeah.
I did not get involved with you because I felt like, especially with
I was just like every character mashed together from Degrassi.
Like, especially with the people she was hanging out with, I was like, I don't want to be part of a TV show right now. I'm just trying to live my best life. I'm gonna leave it over there. So I just
and it's just funny because a lot of my issues where it comes with drama is like exes.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And you becoming friends with them and then being like, no, fuck you, they're a piece of shit, Alyssa, don't go
It's not that I said.
Okay, you say that all the time. That's why she stopped. You say that with every ex. Alyssa, no, like, they're not good for you.
The only ex that I actually liked the first time ever was...
Oh, she's not an ex, but the
No, like, the first time I met her was...
Munchkin?
Oh, fuck no. Hell no. Absolutely not. Our little neighbor.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But that was even before you guys started dating.
Okay.
Like, she was my child to me, and then she really just started fucking pissing me off. I thought she was cool at first. She turned out to be the most annoying fucking person in the world.
I know
and she still causes me fucking problems to this day.
The only girlfriend or person I ever talked to that you were like, I actually like is Allie.
Yeah, Allie is also somebody who actually, no.
You didn't?
Because remember, I learned about Allie through you.
Oh, you're talking about like the beginning when she like fucked me over?
Yes.
That's gonna be a whole story time.
I did not appreciate her, but then like when I actually, like after you guys, I didn't meet her again until you guys have been dating for a while.
But also like, I also told you how much like she's the only person that messed up and actually tried to fix it, where I've had people mess up and treat me like shit and we're just like, oh yeah, but anyway, we're still, you know what I mean? Like they didn't try to fix anything.
Yeah. And
she's the only person that did. No, we've always been close since like my sophomore year, and it just hasn't really changed.
Has not changed. Probably won't.
We've only gotten in a fight one time. It wasn't even a fight. We were just both pissed.
I wasn't even that mad. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, that's all we have. We don't really know the exact details of how we met, but I personally think those are the best friendships where you don't like really. I don't think you need to remember how you met somebody as long as it's a good friendship.
I don't remember a lot of things anyway, so my memory's kind of shot.
So that's it.